Have you ever stopped to think about what is happening inside your body right now while you are sitting there, breathing, or scrolling through your phone? Deep inside, two small, bean shaped organs are working like tireless factories. They are your kidneys. Every single day, they filter nearly 200 liters of blood, clearing out toxins and keeping you alive. But here is the terrifying part. Your kidneys are the ultimate silent workers. They have no pain nerves. They do not scream when they are tired. They do not complain when they are failing. They just suffer in silence. I want to tell you about a patient of mine. Let's call him Nam. Nam came to see me because he felt a bit sluggish. His ankles were slightly swollen by the end of the day, and he was waking up once or twice at night to use the bathroom. To him, it felt like normal signs of getting older, or maybe just a long week at work. But when the lab results came back, the room went cold. Nam had already lost 40% of his kidney function. 40%. And he had no idea. He didn't feel sick enough to worry until it was almost too late. If you are eating 3 meals a day without knowing the 7 golden foods we are about to discuss, you are essentially forcing your kidneys to work overtime without pay, without a break, and without the fuel they need to survive. But don't worry. Nam turned his life around, and you can too. Today, I am going to show you exactly how to shield these vital filters and add years to your life naturally. To understand how to save your kidneys, we first need to look at the incredible machinery under the hood. Inside each kidney, there are over 1 million microscopic filters called nephrons. Think of a nephron as a high-tech laboratory. It is smaller than a grain of sand, yet it decides every second what stays in your blood and what gets flushed away. When these nephrons are healthy, your body feels light, clean, and energized. But here is where the danger lies. Most people think kidneys only handle water, but they are actually your body's master regulators. They activate vitamin D to keep your bones rock solid, and they send out a special hormone to tell your bone marrow to produce fresh red blood cells. Without healthy kidneys, your bones grow brittle and your blood becomes thin and weak. So, what destroys these million tiny filters? It is a lethal combo that many of us ignore: high blood pressure and high blood sugar. Imagine your nephrons are like delicate silk strainers. High blood pressure acts like a powerful fire hose, tearing through those silk fibers until they are scarred and useless. Meanwhile, high blood sugar acts like sticky syrup, clogging the mesh and rotting the filters from the inside out. This process is called fibrosis, or scarring. And once a nephron is scarred, it is gone forever. But there is a silver lining. By choosing the right fuel, we can stop this destruction and give your remaining filters the backup they desperately need. Now that we understand the delicate machinery of the nephrons, how do we fix them? It is time to reveal the 7 golden shields that can actually help your kidneys recover and thrive. First, the tiny bodyguards, blueberries. These berries are not just fruit, they are medicine. They are packed with a compound called anthocyanin. Think of anthocyanin as a cellular shield. It travels through your bloodstream to those tiny kidney filters and neutralizes free radicals, the molecular sparks that cause inflammation and aging. Half a cup a day is like hiring a private security team for your kidneys. Second, the ocean's gift, wild-caught salmon. You've heard of omega-3s, but there is a massive difference between a synthetic pill and the real thing. Natural omega-3s in fatty fish are bioavailable, meaning your body recognizes them instantly. They act like a cooling mist, lowering the heat of inflammation and thinning the blood just enough to let it glide through the kidneys without causing pressure. Aim for 85 to 100 grams twice a week. Why that amount? It is the biological sweet spot where you get all the benefits without overloading your system with excess protein. Third, the liquid gold, extra virgin olive oil. I have seen patients transform their health just by switching their cooking oil. One woman saw her proteinuria, that's when protein leaks into the urine, drop 5 times in just 90 days. But be careful, the market is flooded with fakes. To get the healing power, look for extra virgin in a dark glass bottle. It should have a harvest date and a slight peppery kick at the back of your throat. That kick is the oleocanthal, the very chemical that fights kidney scarring. Fourth, the 10-minute miracle, garlic. Garlic is nature's most potent antibiotic, but most people use it wrong. If you throw a whole clove into a hot pan, you kill the magic. To activate the healing compound, allicin, you must crush the garlic and let it sit on your cutting board for exactly 10 minutes. This resting time allows a chemical reaction to occur, creating the sulfur compounds that lower blood pressure and flush out heavy metals from your renal system. Fifth, the clean energy, beans and whole grains. Most people think they need heavy red meat for protein, but that's like putting heavy diesel in a sports car. It's too much for the kidneys to handle. Plant-based proteins from lentils and chickpeas are much cleaner. Here is a pro tip. Always soak your beans overnight. This simple act leaches out excess potassium and phytates, making them incredibly gentle on your filtration system while providing the fiber needed to sweep toxins out of your gut. Sixth, the golden healer, turmeric and black pepper. Curcumin, the active ingredient in turmeric, is a miracle for kidney tissue. But here is the catch. If you eat turmeric alone, your body just flushes it out. It's like a locked door without a key. The key is black pepper. A tiny pinch of black pepper increases curcumin absorption by a staggering 2,000%. Always mix them with a healthy fat, like that olive oil we mentioned, to unlock the healing power. Finally, the green flow, dark leafy greens. Spinach and kale are rich in natural nitrates that dilate your blood vessels, allowing fresh, oxygenated blood to reach every corner of the kidney. But wait, what about kidney stones? Many people avoid greens because of oxalates. The secret is the calcium bridge. When you eat your greens with a source of calcium, like a little bit of yogurt or cheese, the oxalates bind to the calcium in your stomach instead of your kidneys. They pass right through you, giving you all the nutrients without the risk of stones. Adding the right fuels is vital, but you cannot out-eat a lifestyle that is actively destroying your kidneys. To let those 7 golden foods work their magic, we must first evict the squatters. There are 5 enemies you need to stop inviting to your table right now. First, the liquid saboteur, dark sodas. Most people focus on the sugar, but the real villain here is phosphoric acid. This additive is like a chemical sledgehammer. It forces your kidneys to work 10 times harder to balance your blood pH. Even worse, it leaches calcium from your bones to neutralize that acid. This creates a double tragedy. Your bones become brittle, and that excess calcium ends up as agonizing stones in your kidneys. Second, the hidden trap, salt in a box. 90% of the sodium that kills kidneys doesn't come from your salt shaker. It's hidden in canned goods and processed snacks. High sodium pulls water into your bloodstream like a magnet, skyrocketing your blood pressure and turning those delicate silk strainer nephrons into scarred tissue. Third, the heavy burden, red meat. Your kidneys are incredible, but they are not designed to process massive amounts of animal protein every day. Red meat produces high levels of uric acid. Think of this acid as microscopic shards of glass. When the concentration gets too high, it creates an overwhelming waste clog that forces the kidneys to shut down tiny sections of themselves just to cope. Fourth, the invisible rot, refined sugar. It's not just about diabetes. Sugar causes systemic inflammation that glues your filters shut. Stop the sabotage today. Your kidneys are fighting for you every second. It's time you started fighting for them. Now, let's bring all this science into your kitchen. What does a perfect day for your kidneys actually look like? Start your morning with a bowl of warm oatmeal, topped with half a cup of fresh blueberries and a sprinkle of crushed almonds. This gives your nephrons a steady stream of antioxidants to kickstart the day. For lunch, imagine a vibrant salad featuring that wild-caught salmon we talked about. Season it with a pinch of turmeric and black pepper, and drizzle it generously with extra virgin olive oil. This is your midday oil change for your blood vessels. When the afternoon slump hits, reach for a crisp apple or a handful of walnuts instead of a sugary snack. Then, for dinner, go plant-based. A hearty lentil soup, slow-cooked, with plenty of crushed garlic and fresh spinach. Remember the secret. If you're worried about oxalates, enjoy a small side of yogurt or a few cubes of cheese to build that calcium bridge. But here is the golden rule that makes this whole menu work. Hydration. Most people guess how much water they need, but your kidneys prefer precision. Take your body weight in kilograms and multiply it by 0.04. That is exactly how many liters of water you should aim for. And a final warning. Be careful with supplements. Many people try to fix their kidneys with pills while forgetting to drink water. Without enough fluid, those concentrated powders can actually settle in your kidneys like wet cement, causing more harm than good. Eat clean. Drink right. Let the rebirth begin. Your body is a masterpiece of biology. It has an incredible, almost miraculous ability to repair itself, but only if you provide the right building blocks. Those million tiny filters inside you are exhausted, but they are not defeated. They are waiting for you to make the first move. Please do not wait for a lab report to show high creatinine levels before you start caring. By the time those numbers change, your kidneys have already been struggling in silence for years. Be proactive. Be the guardian they deserve. Take a look at your next meal. Is it a shield or a burden? I want to hear from you in the comments below. Which of these 7 golden foods are you going to add to your grocery list this evening? Or perhaps, which enemy are you ready to say goodbye to? Your health is the greatest wealth you will ever own. Love your kidneys, and they will give you a lifetime of energy and vitality in return. Thank you for watching. Stay healthy, and I will see you in the next video.